Today we're in Osaka, Japan, which is about a 3-hour bullet train ride from Tokyo. This city is known for its nightlife, friendly people, and for drifting, its close proximity to circuits like Bihoku, Meihan, and of course the port area where a lot of today's street scene and legendary Japanese drivers developed in the early 2000s. We're here at Bihoku for a special event put on by THRASH Racing, a drift shop and seller of stylish drifting parts based in Osaka that just so happens to be co-owned by an American from California. His name is Yusuf, and today we're celebrating his birthday. Yusuf has done a fantastic job of keeping Japanese and foreign drift culture connected, and that really shows in the event he's organized for us today. To name a few of the Japanese legends here, we have Bai of B West Co., Naoki Nakamura, and even the original editor of the popular Drift Tengoku magazine, Kawasaki-san. Many people either shipped their cars or bought cars here in Japan just to drive this event. So as we walk around the pits to check out the cars, you'll see cars and people from all around the world. And the level of style on some of these cars here today is insane. I'm really excited to show you guys what we got, so let's go. Gotta start with the heavy hitter. Here's a little taste of what today's gonna look like. Just look at that SR20 shining. Whole lot of Gretty, and the attention to detail on those tubs with the tribal pinstriping, man, I think I'm in love. This engine bay just screams passion. Now let's take a step back and check out the exterior. God, this thing is perfect. Full Spirit Ray Aero. This has got to be my favorite body kit for the Silvia. It's kind of gunned to me with those lines on the front bumper, just so good. And if you guys don't know, Spirit Ray is also that same company that created the Oddvia conversion, where they retrofitted Honda Odyssey headlights onto the front of the Silvia. Super wacky. Man, if this was the only car I saw today on my 3-hour trip from Tokyo, I think it'd still be worth it. So look at the tuck. Those are some 326 power Yaba King wheels. And yeah, despite how clean and low this thing is, this is a drift car. Slight chrome tint on the windshield. And what is that on the rear window? Wait a second. Yeah, that's speakers. Does it get any better than this? God, that fitment, so good. I would have never expected these words to come out of my mouth, but these lime green wheels hit so hard against that blue paint. It looks so good. The heat doesn't stop, and it's not gonna stop for the rest of this video, so y'all better turn on your AC. This thrash event is heaven for a style enthusiast. Once again, we got beautiful paint, good fitment, slight orange tint on the windshield to match the paint, and the Hitman banner to just top it all off. Come on. Is this real life? I don't even know anymore. The paint, the manifold. Hell, is this even better than the engine bay we just looked at? How is that even possible? Let me know in the comments below which engine bay you like better, but this might be the one for me. You carry that sparkly paint to the inside of the hood. The SSR is going crazy. Blue tint on the windshield. Man, is there a theme going on or something that I didn't know about today? Good fitment, beautiful paint, chrome tint. What is this? Love it. And here we have an absolute rolling piece of art. I think I could make a separate video just talking about this car. But the main thing I want to highlight now is the meticulous attention to detail paid to every inch of it, despite the fact that he's gonna just take it out on the circuit and rip. This right here is what I love about drifting. None of that missile shit. There's a time and place for that, especially when you're first learning. Hell, I would love to have a practice car just to throw around. But in my opinion, the main goal, at least for me, is to make something absolutely beautiful for me and my friends to enjoy. Just like this. There's no better feeling than showing up to the circuit in beautiful cars with the boys. Not only is the paint and aero choice on this thing immaculate, but the sticker selection and placement is something to study. I absolutely love the little understated lettering bits all around the car, and it was really fun to try to spot where he hid his branding in random places, like on some of the trim pieces, the roof wing, and all around that chrome roll cage. I mean, who would have thought to do that to the roll cage? Honestly, this is probably my favorite car of all time. Not just because of the way it looks, but just what it represents in drifting. For all the Hachiroku lovers out there, there's plenty of that to enjoy at this event. Lots of good aero, small wheels, unique modifications like this tube that blows cool air on the driver. I mean, he probably doesn't have AC, and this pipe is the only thing keeping him alive in the summer months. And it's not just a pipe like getting air from the outside as he drives past. It's actually got a little electric fan in there. I think it's like a computer fan or something, but he had it running in the pits, and it was so cool. I feel like it's such a treat to live in a time when you can still catch these things tearing it up on the circuit. Maybe in 30 years, we'll be looking at a group of GT86s at Bihoku in the same way. Probably not, because they're not quite as legendary, but you know, that's how I'll be feeling. You can't really compare the two, but you know how much I love GT86s, boys. Now, there was plenty of variation at this event today. There was no kind of like style regulations or something to drive. But frankly, I only film what I'm interested in, and that's really low, stylish cars, so that's what we're gonna see today. We're seeing a lot lot of 326 power parts today. And for those of you that don't know, 326 or Mitsuru Power was actually founded by the guy that drives this FC RX-7. I'm sure you've seen it before. Legendary driver and a strong proponent of keeping drifting stylish, which is something we love on this channel. Shout out to Mitsuru Haraguchi. Here's a few images of him driving. Here's some Team Sexy Knights RX-7s. Legendary street and D1 drivers from back in the day. Shout out to Suzuki Tomoya-san. He's actually flown all the way to the US to drive at drift events there before, so that's pretty cool. What do we have here? Another S13? Well, this one actually has an American LS2 engine in it. Yeah. Bet you didn't expect to see that in Japan. Honestly, I'm not usually a huge fan of a big old hole in the hood with something sticking out, whether it's an engine, an intake, or an exhaust. But didn't they do such a damn good job with this? That guard around the hole they cut out fits so nice proportionally with the rest of the car, the boxiness shaping of the arrow, just... And on the side of the car, where you'd usually put like company logos or something, he actually has the specs of the engine and all the parts he used. So there's that if you guys are interested. The dark gray S15. And this is actually Jimmy Oak's S14, but unfortunately it had some transmission problems throughout the day, so I didn't actually see it driving. Both of these cars came out fantastic. Pretty sure most of the aero is Origin. Super aggressive. We got some combat eyes. They look damn good together in the pits. Love me some Graham lights. Here's Yusuf's car, the organizer of today's event, rocking his 101 Origin carbon print hood with the maple leaves and Japanese countryside scene. So unique. Super tall GT wing. This paint just hits so hard in the sun. Look at that. This car is actually an old Riverside car from back in the day. That was Atsushi Kuroi's team. Famous street and D1 driver that is unfortunately no longer with us. Shout out to Kuroi-san. Here are some pictures of him driving. This R32 is perfection. He broke up the black with a little bit of neon on those wheels and brought that pink strip all along the bottom of the BN kit. Very stylish. Little flame sticker on the side window. Whether you like it or not, you guys know I'm a diehard GT86 fan. But there's just one 90s car I absolutely need in my life one of these days. And that is a black R32 sedan. Just something about these cars. Blame it on Abo Moon or Jimmy from Essence. But don't be surprised when you see me post a video one of these days pulling up in an all black R32 slammed on some T7Rs. It's gonna happen. The N-Style crew pulled up in the double-decker tow rigs. It was fun to watch these things unload. I wonder if these trucks will ever be popular to import to the US. There must be some reason people don't do it. Maybe there's some kind of regulation. Or maybe everyone just prefers a Ram or good old F-250 with a covered trailer. The Instagram page and blog Shirts Tucked In has had a huge influence on how I consume drift media and style over the years. So I was so happy to finally get to see this car in person. From the sparkly fade paint job to the livery and those wheels. Man, I just love it. This RX-7 is wild. And yes, once again, despite how clean it is, this is a drift car.
Go crash.
Alright, what the hell is going on here? I can't even believe my eyes. What even is this? Alright, so where's the engine? You gotta be kidding me, man. This has to be one of the wackiest drift cars I've ever seen in my life. The drive shaft goes straight back from the engine, so the diff is off center on the axle. Also, I spoke with the owner and he made that gas tank in the back out of an old air compressor. Talk about a project. When I first saw this thing, I was like, oh shit, this must be like a cheap little car that is kind of easy to convert to rear wheel drive for drifting. He can just take it out here and rip it and not really worry about it. That was my honest first thought. Yeah, it definitely turned out not to be that simple. And let me tell you, this guy was one of the best drivers at the circuit all day. He absolutely killed it in this thing. Alright guys, I hope you had fun watching today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram if you want to stay updated on the videos. Also, here's the winner for last week's giveaway. And we're actually about to hit 5K subscribers, so we'll do another one soon. Thank you boys. See you next time.